All right. Despite your best efforts, you're in the interview. Welcome.
Yippee.
Why don't you start by introducing yourself? Tell me your name, your tag, and where you're from.
I'm Michael. My tag, I usually on fighting game just use Ryko. So I'm pretty sure I probably use a couple random ones depending on the genre of game. I'm from Bay Area, San Jose,
Nice.
where everybody is.
I think you're maybe the first Bay Area I interviewed. And if you're a student, tell me what year you are and what major you are.
I was 2018, so class of 2022. And I double major in computer science and applied math.
And what do you do now?
I'm a tech bro now, dude. I sit at home and I work for a big corporate. I love software engineering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Many such tales.
Many such tales, especially from Berkeley.
All right, let's start by talking about your fighting game history. So, what's the first fighting game you played, and when did you start getting into it?
The Super Smash Brothers Melee count?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I played that like very casually early on. I think everybody probably did. But it was like very casual. I didn't know anything about wave dashing or canceling. It was literally just like who could mash the C stick harder was the one who won.
Mm-hmm.
But I really started getting into fighting games starting with Vanilla Marvel. I don't remember what year it was, but the story was that for my birthday I really wanted Pokemon Colosseum for GameCube.
Classic.
And my mom, upon hearing this, was like, I don't know, this game kind of looks like ass. And I'm like, no, trust me, I want this game. And so she got it for me, and I played it. I was like, shit, she's right, this game is ass. So I was like, okay, can you like return this and get another game? And she's like, okay. So she goes, we return it. The salesperson is like, oh, Pokemon Colosseum. Yeah, I hear this game kind of sucks. I was like, yeah, it does. So then we did get a game then. And eventually, after a couple of days, my mom comes back home and is like, look what I got. She pulls out a fresh pack of Vanilla Marvel vs. Capcom 3. She fucking knew, man.
No way. So it was your mom?
It was my mother. Mother knows best. Mother knows best. So that's how I got started. I was playing Vanilla Marvel with my brother. It was still very casual, but I would watch like... I would watch
like PS3 or something?
Yeah, it was PS3. I would watch like Maximilian, dude. I watched like Assist Me. And eventually that would like percolate through the YouTube recommendations until I started watching actual competitive Marvel. And then from there I just like started playing more and more.
So you were in 2011 or...
I guess so, probably. It was definitely when I was in middle school. I remember that much the most. So that, yeah, probably about 2012, 2011.
When did you start playing, I guess, like, competitively? Like, you said you started trickling into the competitive scene.
Yeah.
Was it still with Marvel? Did you move on to UMVC3 by that point?
Yeah, I definitely played. We got the update when it came out because, you know, Phoenix Wright was fucking hilarious and Frank West was cool. But I never really, I didn't even play ranked. I just played with my brother or just like stick in trading mode. The only time where I really started, I like still watch, of course, like competitive. I remember watching 2012 or 2013, maybe 2014, of Evo Grand Finals for Marvel. It was Infrit versus F-Champ. And of course back then F-Champ was a villain, so I was cheering for Infrit, but it didn't happen. But I really started, I guess, taking fighting games a little more seriously, probably like, I want to say 2015, 2016. It's when my friend first showed me Rev 2, actually. We went to his house and he played. He just got the bike in DLC. And it was me and two other friends, and we were just playing around. And I got pretty salty that I was like losing. So I was like, shit, you gotta start playing this game more.
The greatest motivator.
Bro, they just play Slayer. They're just like mashing shit. They're like pressing dust. I'm like, this can't be happening, bro. This cannot be it.
So you bought it yourself, played on your PS3, just like labbed it on your own time?
Nah, I was on PC. Yeah, I played on PC. But yeah, I would lab it and I would like go online and play ranked. And still played Rev 2, unfortunately. It's a disease.
So when did you start playing against, I guess, like the wider world and not just your friends or your brother?
Definitely after probably the first couple hundred hours. Because like, I guess in between Rev 2 and Marvel, I did play a little bit of like Smash Melee. I guess that was like a little competitive. I would like wave dash every now and then, but I never really like cared that much. But I really started playing probably after the first couple hundred hours in Rev 2. Because I played like 100, 150 hours with just my friends. And I was like, this isn't cutting anymore. So that's why I started making the foray into like online net play and playing other people. And then from there, I was just like, okay, yeah, my friends kind of suck. So I gotta start playing other randoms. That was really...
What about locals? Did you go to any locals?
No, I never went to locals. Other than Berkeley was like the first local I really went, and that was in my last year of college, 2022. But no, I never went to locals. I had no interest in meeting other people. I just like playing. I just like playing online.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of already have, not locals, but you have people to play against in real life.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
things are different. What'd you play after Rev 2?
After Rev 2,
Or were you playing it all the way up until you were in college?
I was definitely still playing in college. I remember asking someone out, getting rejected, and then running back home, and then playing Rev 2. I literally loaded up training mode and just practicing rap with all IED and JD combos.
Just JD through the pain.
But, second fighting game? It might have been BB Tag, actually. I played a lot of Rev 2, and I don't remember anything else between. I think it really was BB Tag that was the second one, because I remember it releasing, and we were like, wow, Ruby's in here! I want to play Yang, I want to play Ruby. And so I took that one probably like the most seriously after Rev 2. Put about 100, 200 hours into it, and then the game just kind of died, so.
Who'd you play?
Yang Ruby, baby! Actually, it was Ruby, I don't remember anymore. I think it was Ruby Yang. I just wanted to get low and then press activate iBird and then press the bionic arm. That was so much fun. But yeah. I tried getting rid of Ruby. I played those random shit. I played like Yang Merkaba or Merkaba Yang. I played like 9 Yang. But unfortunately I think Ruby is probably like the best pair with Yang, so.
How good were you back in the day? Like
I
in
was
this era?
Oh, like in BB Tag?
Yeah, or in Rev 2, yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, Rev 2, I think I've always been dog shit. I think I'm like fine. I can probably like beat like the normal, like the average Rev 2 player, but when it gets to the higher levels, I definitely struggle. BB Tag, I don't know. I guess I was fine too. I was like a pink square or something. But then once people started doing like the really sweaty like sandwich combos, I was like, I can't play this game anymore. I don't want to bother learning that.
And that's what you were mainly playing in college, I guess? BB Tag, Rev 2?
I played a lot of BB Tag in freshman year, that's for sure. Because I was playing with my friend. I was just like bullying my friend all the time. Another funny story. My friend, two of my friends, this was freshman year, like GBO week.
Mm-hmm.
So it was right when everybody was like getting to know each other. Two of my friends I met during GBO knocked on my door. And they're like, yo, we came to watch you play BB Tag. I'm like, okay, cool. So they sat on my bed while I was playing BB Tag with my friend. And I just didn't talk to them for like half an hour. I was so like stuck in the game. After about 40 minutes, I looked back and they were just gone. I was like, oh shit. I probably should have said something to them. Yeah, I was in it. I was in it, bro. I don't get all that.
They just wanted to watch you play?
That's true. That was on them, bro. They want to watch you play. I mean, they watch you play.
Yeah.
So.
Did you play any different games in like the COVID era? Or you were still on delay-based BB Tag?
I was still on the delay-based. I think there was definitely a lull in between where I stopped playing fighting games. I played Street Fighter 5 for a bit, but I also stopped. Yeah. The classic. I was a monster at Hit Confirmy's Clash Medium Kick because I was playing against bronze players. But yeah, I think I rotate around a little bit of like some of the new rollback games because I think during COVID, ArcSys was introducing a lot of like the rollback based netcode for old games. I played BBCF. I played Plus R. Yeah, Plus R was probably like the third most played game I had at the time. But yeah, I was playing that for a while, but like I took a pretty long break from Rev 2, but I'll come back every now and then after a couple months and then get mad and quit.
How'd you end up finding the Berkeley local?
Oh, another funny story.
Okay.
It's because I knew it from Anthony. So I was in the fencing club for a really long time, and during my last semester there, I was at one of the intramurals, so we were in Rhode Island. And I had noticed in the Discord, actually, the fighting game Discord, I saw somebody in the game activity tab. They were playing Guilty Gear XX, Accent Core plus R. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is playing plus R in Berkeley? So then during the regular meetings, I'd be like, yo, are you Wii Oop? Do you know who Wii Oop is? I must know who this Wii Oop
asking
is.
everybody.
Literally, I was asking everybody. It's like, oh, that's Anthony. I'm like, who the fuck is Anthony? So eventually, like, I kind of forget about it. And during the intramural competition, whatever I went, I think I'm just like chilling in my room with like 3 other people, and all of a sudden, this guy says like, "Oh, Anthony, what's up?" I'm like, "You're Anthony? Are you Wii Oop with what 3 E's and 4 O's?" He's like, "Yeah, that's me." And he was like, "Yeah, there's like we started talking, and he was like, "Yeah, there's a fighting game club. You should join us." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And here I am now, 3 years later, still coming to these meetings.
When did you join the club? Like spring 22?
No, 22? It was second semester. I joined my last semester, so it was winter 2022, like fall winter 2022.
What were you running at the time? Was that That was before the Melty Blood era, right?
I think it was around. It was definitely before Melty Blood.
Yeah.
I think they were playing a lot of Plus
Plus
R.
R, yeah.
I think that was the big one because I remember playing Plus R with Matt, and I was like, oh no, I played Justice. This is very degenerate. I think they're not gonna want me at the club anymore. But I think it was Plus R. I think we did. It was very hodgepodge at the time. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I know they did like a Rev 2 tournament. That's where Ryko started getting into Rev 2. They probably did a Tekken 1. There's a bunch of random stuff.
Mm.
They definitely did BBCF as well.
Yeah, so were you the first person to graduate in the club? I think you were. You
Maybe.
or a tap stop, right? Yeah, one of you two.
Yeah, because I think they opened the fighting game club very, like, maybe a semester or a couple of semesters before I joined. So it was like 2021 or something.
Mm.
So I definitely joined relatively early into the club's lifespan.
Yeah, but it was late for you because you were already.
Yeah, I was late for me. I was so
Yeah.
sad. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah. What made you decide to come back, like as an alumni?
The boys, bro. People here are chill. The games are fun. I will say. Okay, this is why it gets a little spicy.
Oh,
But I never really wanted to kind of go to locals or meet other people because, on average, from what I've seen, the people who like would go to fighting games, those type of people, their like lives would revolve around fighting games. But here, it's like the people here, it's like their life comes first and fighting games is a hobby, and so they're a lot more enjoyable to talk to. You can tell when someone's just like their life revolves around fighting games, and so every conversation with them is colored with like their fighting game experience. I'm like, I can't take it, man. It's too much. It just gets a little
I'm
awkward.
curious what makes you say that. Like, what other parts of people's lives have you learned about at the club?
At the club?
Like, what do you know about me, for instance, outside of fighting games?
Okay, to be fair, I haven't known that much about you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I talk about like I really came with him like Reagan, Anthony, Matt when he was still here, and we would just like it'd just be we could talk about more than just like fighting games. Yeah, sure, fighting games would be fun, but we talk about like what we do on after college, what we do during college. But like I'll talk about like our hopes and dreams, our passions. Maybe not that far.
You want to tell the camera your hopes and dreams and passions?
My hopes and no. See, I don't fuck with these people, so we can't be talking about that.
Okay, let's talk about fighting games then.
All right.
So, how do you choose your character in a fighting game? Like,
dude, the hottest character. It's always the hottest character first.
there's no way. But you play like Kai and like.
But I started with Vikid.
Okay.
And then I switched to Milia, and then afterwards I was like, okay, these characters are like these are non-ethical characters, so then I switched to Kai.
What's an ethical character for you?
In Rev 2 or like in general?
In general.
I mean, somebody who probably has to just use their buttons, and the buttons like have real hitboxes. I wouldn't say Kai is that ethical either. I'll be honest. In my mind, he's like somewhat ethical, but he's definitely not like as ethical as like the most ethical character.
Who's the most ethical character then?
Probably like Soul or something.
Mm.
Soul, Koob. You could say some like other bad characters like Pa are ethical purely because they're like bad. But Pa's pretty degenerate in his own way. People who say Pa is like bad neutral, like, stop deceiving yourself. That character's buttons are broken. You get outzoned, bro. Flick is so good. Flick whatever, man, whatever.
No, go on.
No, Flick is so broken, right? The Kai matchup, like the Pa has better buttons than Kai. Stun is just so easy to flick, and it's like once the flick is out, like I can't do anything. Whatever, man. And then it's like what? Oh, you pop bust. You have like 5 million ways to go into like the most devious pop buster setups. Like, okay, you got me, bro.
It's interesting you bring up that I guess Kai's not the most honest, because I was asking Tony the kind of the same question. He was like, "Oh, you can't call a Shoto honest if they play like with their buttons and their normals, because that's what they're built to do." He said that's where they're strongest, so they're just playing optimally.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
I just let him say his piece.
I mean, honesty kind of like it has to be in like the scope of the entire game, right? Like there are characters who teleport around, just completely skip neutral, and a character whose like always strong point is their like good buttons. I mean, I would say they're more honest than that. But the reason I would say Kai's not that honest is because you can't like you can't whip punish that character. That character has a sword, there's like levels to it, right? Like you use your buttons. It's like okay, if your hitboxes are kind of reasonable with their hitboxes, like they overlap a bit. Sure, that's pretty honest. Kai uses buttons too, but like he puts his sword out, and then there's no hitbox on the sword. So like yeah, I still use my buttons. I'm not like teleporting around and skipping neutral, like forcing you to hold a 50-50 because you need to react in 20 frames. But like he's still not like completely ethical in the sense where, I actually have fair buttons. So that's what I mean. I'm sure Tony means it some other way. I don't know. I always try to. Every time to Tony, I try to push him to like explain what he means, and he just say, "I don't know, that's just how I feel."
Yeah.
And his vibes, I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Most people are just vibes, I think.
yeah. It is
So,
reasonable. I
what-
think it's very hard to elucidate. Even like fighting games, I think a lot of people just vibe based. It's very hard to elucidate just any aspect of it, like
Yeah.
why you're good, why you're bad, why it's hard. It just feels that way.
But I think you in particular have kind of a reputation, at least among our circle, of like being good at giving advice. Like people know you as the guy who can line out every single little detail with intention, make things clear and specific. Like,
I mean,
well, first off, would you agree with that perception? And secondly, where do you think you got it from?
I guess I do think like it's just more so that I think I have a more solid foundation when it comes to like approaching the game, which I think most people who enjoy fighting games probably wouldn't necessarily see immediately. Because the appeal of fighting games is always like, oh, I get to like run in, I get to jump in at them. Look at this huge combo I do. That's easiest to do with like a really unsafe starter. Like for example, people love jumping in Street Fighter because like, holy shit, jump in heavy kick, easy to confirm, max damage. I get my Oki. Combos usually piss easy too. So it's like, why shouldn't I jump? But that's not really a good way to approach the game, right? So yeah, I usually see people play like in a way that's not like that, not a very like fundamental sense. So it's easy for me to just say, "Oh, you should be doing this," and I just regurgitate the same thing. I definitely got it from. I wasn't like this. I was definitely like that mindset earlier on, where I was just like, "Yeah, maybe I shouldn't jump," but I couldn't really break down the game in a fundamental way so that I had a proper game plan at every situation. I learned it a lot from some random Discord that invited me because they thought it was really funny that I was bad in Rev 2. And I was like, it was my first experience playing online in Rev 2. I was playing Bike It, and this May was bullying the shit out of me. And then after every game, he would type, ha 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 ha, and then go back to the game and just be like, dude, at the end, it was like, dude, this is the funniest shit ever. I've never laughed this hard before. Here, join our Discord. We can play Rev 2. And I was like, okay. Turns out those guys are like really good. They're really, really, really good. They have like a super, super solid understanding of how to properly like play a game fundamentally. And after a while, starting with Street Fighter V is when I really started like learning that. Because Street Fighter V is probably the best game to learn that kind of like how to play fighting games in a general sense. Because the game is very limiting. You have all you can do is walk, dash, and jump.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many options, so if you don't learn it like that, you just get smoked.
Then I guess how do you make sense of good players who do jump a lot or dash a lot? Like let's say like a Noah the Prodigy. Like how would you make sense of someone who plays like him?
I think the engine for Street Fighter 6 probably just benefits Noah a lot, honestly. Like, I think for one, Luke gets like a lot of reward off of just like those random hits, right? A big reason is because Luke kind of has to play like that. Like before, like earlier on, Noah was good, right? But like before the nerfs to Luke and like everybody else, you could just kind of mash crouch medium punch, and that was like it. But after the nerfs, with Luke, you kind of have to play it that like super like crackhead kind of way, because you know all of Luke's starters they require drive rush.
Yeah.
And his starters aren't as strong as they were before.
It's got no links too.
Yeah, so with like Luke, you just have to like crackhead or neutral jump. And neutral jump is strong too. It's not like most characters DPs can reach that far or anything. So he puts up the wall plus tap parry adds another layer that makes it hard to contest. So yeah, I think the engine specifically for Street Fighter 6 works really well for Noah. And it's not like Noah has bad fundies either. He's actually quite good. Just because you see it, like, the big standout points for Noah are, like, when he neutral jumps, like, oh my god, neutral jump, heavy kick, or, like, he does, or, like, burns himself out. But, like, fundamentally, he's very solid. He doesn't walk back that much, so he doesn't get clipped by crouch medium kicks. He, like, he knows, like, which of Luke's buttons are good to press during which situations, like, and don't get it twisted, Noah has, like, good neutral. He just plays weird.
It is
he just, like, plays unorthodox every now and then.
unconventional, but it works.
Yeah.
He doesn't really walk that much at all, to be honest. Sometimes I see him, he just...
That's good too, cause yeah, that's good. That's why I try to tell people. That's why I always feel kind of weird giving advice, because my advice is always like, stop moving, stop jumping, just sit your ass there, react to drive rush, DP their jump ins, and then like once you learn how to like crawl, then you can start thinking about other stuff. But yeah, I guess in Street Fighter 5, walking would probably be more important because you want to push up to the corner. But in Street Fighter 6, like, you get one random hit, drive rush, you're in the corner, now you're taking a throw loop. Even when you get cornered, it's like, if you're in the corner, you make the one block, one drive, crouch V-up kick, drive rush, 50-50, back throw, now you win the game.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal, honestly. Like, just sitting there, crouching, blocking everything,
Yeah.
waiting for them to, like, fishing for, like, big counter hits, especially on Luke, I think it's solid.
To be honest, I don't think walk back is that bad either for the same reasons you listed. Like, have you seen like Angry Bird play Akuma and stuff like that? He just runs away.
But to be fair, Akuma has a crackhead walk
Yeah.
speed too. But yeah, I mean, I think the walk back I usually complain about is because people don't know why they're walking back.
Mhm.
I've like complained about this a lot when I watch people play in the Discord, like Tony or like maybe not too much Reagan. Reagan just backdashes too much when he's playing rep 2. Or like you, people will just do this. 4-6, 4-6, 4-6. They just like mash back and forth, and it opens them up to gain crouch medium kick. Or they'll be like at a bad distance, and they're like, oh, I want to walk away because they're like too close. And like that's a bad time to walk back. Then you get crouch medium kick. And so, like those times, it's bad. But like inherently, walking back isn't something that's like good or bad, right? It's how you use it, which is like all the fighting games.
Is there any tactic, either from opponents or even with yourself playing, that makes you really salty?
I mean, anybody that doesn't play like me, anybody whose like playstyle doesn't exactly conform to my idea of what I think is an early style player gets me really mad. People who like walk back and forth and spam it get me mad because I'm like, dude, you don't even know why you're moving like that. People who like jump at me a lot, even though I anti them, like, dude, you're just like, you know how to play the game. You're just fishing. You just like, you don't know how to get any openings other than you're jumping. People just spam fireball all day. Like, you know how to use a fireball. Like, you're not walking me back or anything. You just get counter poke, but you think like you can kill me with 5 million fireballs. Like, what is this? This isn't fucking Marvel. So like, it's like that kind of stuff that gets you really bad.
What about character archetypes? Are there any archetypes you really don't like?
I mean, like Rev 2. I think any character archetype can be played in the way I get like really mad at it. Like the most honest character, you could like play like a complete ape and then just like run at me. I'll get mad at that. But I mean, like generally, I mean like hyper rushed out PC characters are pretty annoying. So stuff like Rev 2, like Chip. It's usually just Chip. Milia, it's like whatever. She is pretty annoying. But I think it's less so character archetypes and the type of move they have. Moves that specifically prey off of you doing the quote-unquote right thing get me really mad.
Like what?
So for example, Kimberly's doing the jump forward elbow.
Elbow drop.
Like specifically to bait my anti-air. Like what are we doing here, bro? Like why am I being punished for being correct? That shit gets me so salty. Dive kicks, kinda like Cammy's. Cammy's is a little less.
No, Cammy's is cheap.
Yeah, Cammy's is fucked up, but like I don't get as mad because Cammy is like, that button is inherently good. But when somebody uses a bad button, like the elbow specifically to like bait me out, I'm like, okay, this is getting me mad. So yeah, like people in Rev 2 who just like double jump and then dive kick. Oh my god, Ravens who double jump back, throw needle, or like do knee drop. Oh my god, bro, like, you want to jump this badly? Like, whatever. Yeah, that's what gets me really salty.
Okay, final question. I think everyone else basically asked like what they're going to do in the future with regards to fighting games. I guess you graduated a while back. You're still playing fighting games. I guess. What's your plan with the future? You're still going to stick with fighting games? Are you still going to go to the Berkeley local or more tournaments, or are you semi-retired now?
I'll definitely still come to the locals. The locals are fun. People are cool. And I don't know, make my mom happy for getting out of the house, where she always complains about like stop sitting at home and playing RuneScape. But yeah, I mean in terms of like broader goals for fighting games, I just play it because it's. I mean, despite how much I complain, it's still very fun. Nothing that really beats the satisfaction of just like mashing on a controller, play another person. It's very easy for me to pick up. I could always go back to it. I could go back to it not in the same way that like I can't really go back to like I don't know, Elden Ring or something. It's very fun. So I'll probably still play on a very casual sense. Probably take breaks here and there. Play some other like flavor of the month other game like Deadlock, or I don't know. I don't even know what else to play. But yeah, I'll still stick with fighting games. So fun. Probably won't compete unless it's to like bum around with the boys, but yeah, I'll play a casual sense.
All right. Thanks for coming to the interview.
Bye bye.